All right, up next on LaPeef Let's Talk, they're having a conversation about are women changing guys' orders to feed women's ego? Let's deep dive.
No. I was just looking. What's up, Stan? How you? Everything golden?
Everything is golden here.
Indeed. What she's looking for. Why does that matter?
Because that's what will keep longevity in any relationship. So I always say a man and a woman both need to be able to use each other. If I can't use you, then where's your purpose? Just the same
Sure.
as if a man can't use me, then what's my purpose? So
Indeed. But so I guess my question is like, you're talking about men, right? Leadership, strength, right? Those things present pretty consistently, you know? So if men define those traits, how is she supposed to say, oh, I'm not looking for this, or I am looking for this, right? Because those are male-centric things. She don't know enough about them to see if she likes it or not, right? And that comes from how she was brought up, maybe, right? To properly discern how a man presents. I think she get herself into trouble talking about what she like or don't like, what she looking for or not looking for in regards to a man. The man has strength, leadership, wisdom. She should be, right, just like you said, biblically speaking, in line with that man.
yes, that's so, but it also goes back to what the other gentleman was saying with how women are being raised, how men are being raised, the father figure they have in their lives, and then for the women, what they define as male for what they saw in their upbringing. And it can work both ways. You can have a male figure in your life and say that's absolutely what I do not want to have because maybe he wasn't a good male figure, or you may say that's exactly what I want to have because he was a positive. But either way, it conditions the woman and or man to have a mindset of what their now new expectation is of what they want to have and or be.
Yeah, and that's why I think you're 100% right, which is also the issue, that we all get to subjectively create what we think a standard is for the opposite sex.
Yeah.
That is from the fruit of feminism though. And what happens is that today's women are the most freest, most, able to choose what they want women in human history. And yet the divorce rates are astronomical. They're the highest in human history. So it begs the question, how is it that when you are literally getting everything that you want, it's still not enough?
But it's changing today.
Yeah.
Can I interject real quick?
Yes.
So I think listening to you, I think where I took just a little point of contention was you saying like new expectations. So men don't have new expectations. I mean, just by and large, right? We don't have new expectations. I always use the saying, the more things change, the more they stay the same. You know what? Every version of man that a woman has ever conjured up in her mind exists today. The man that stays home and takes care of the kids, the man that is traditional, the man that goes to work all day and only focuses on his job, the man that washes her feet and baby please and I'm a simp for her, all of that. And the divorce rate is at the highest level in history. So I don't really think that a woman can conjure up what type of relationship she wants in her mind and it work out to be something. Because when she really starts telling the world what she don't like about that man, she's always telling him something traditional. Meaning that she would have always wanted him. She would have stayed with him if he did not acquiesce to her demands and he remained a traditional man. Now, I don't really have statistics for this, but I guarantee you of the marriages that do work out, they take a more traditional model.
Yeah, I totally agree with them. Women like the shit test. Women say they want one thing, and when they actually get it, they throw it back immediately and be like, I don't want that. They'll act like they want a man that simps for them, that will wash their feet and do all that type of stuff. But what comes with that type of man, the other side of that coin, they don't want that. His belief is that making his wife or woman happy is his God-given purpose, so he's less competitive when it comes to protecting and providing. But he is as nurturing as you want and as sweet and soft. And so when they get that, they see the lack of masculinity. They see that they always have to show up in a masculine way because there has to be that dynamic there. And then they realize that they don't want that. One thing I've learned is when you're dealing with women, you have to go based off of what they respond to and not what they say, because all women do is lie.
The man is the head of the household. The woman gets to be like unwaveringly feminine, right? The kids turn out better, they get better grades and all that type of stuff. Anytime you try to change the biblical order of things, it serves no purpose other than boosting a woman's ego. It does not serve the man, it does not serve the children, it does not serve the woman in the long run.
Is it okay if I provide something to that? I don't know if I agree, and I'm just
feminine.
looking at my background and my relationship, and then those that I've seen around me, and it's really what fits you and that person you're with. So my husband and I, we kind of have a non-traditional, where it's not quite what you were saying. Where it follows, there are protocols that we follow. We say the old school method, the old school way. I'm an old school parent when it comes to mothering and the children, right? So he's had some old school, but the way where man is the head of the household, and this is, yes, he's the head of the household.
Your mic stand is doing a revert like the.
I got to keep it up here. I'm sorry. When it comes to protecting and so forth, but there's a it has to be an agreed balance. So where someone will come in and say, "Hey, why does you handle things this way in your household, financially or not financially or whatever it is?" That's what works in your household. So I think you just have to have a understanding and be in agreement, whatever that is, because there's several.
Yeah.
Young lady, the lady who married her husband, and he lives over here and she lives over there. She's an actress, I forget, and it's very non-traditional. But they've been married 25, whatever many years. And
That's usually because the man is gay. If I'm just gonna be honest.
Let's jump to
Marcus,
DJ.
let me just can I just say this, and then I know Marcus is about to get in. I just want to
No, okay, go ahead.
rebut to her point. Every time I hear like y'all do that, where you say do your own thing, you actually talking about your marriage is traditional. You said your husband is the head of household. That's it.
Yep.
So it's more traditional than it is non-traditional, right? So it's inflexible in that manner, right?
Yeah.
Meaning that he is likely the one. If he was absent, the house wouldn't be the same. The children wouldn't turn out the same. So that, I get what you're saying, like, but that nuance that you're talking about is called marriage.
Yeah.
But your house is a traditional household.
You're very right. That's true.
She's speaking to the nuance of things, I guess for the sake of argument, because yes, when it comes to the nuance of a marriage, there are going to be individual ideas of how that marriage is ran. But speaking to the frame of how a marriage is conducted, where it's not just nuance, it's just objectively speaking, the best marriages turn out where the man is the head of household and the wife is submitting to him and under his charge. Those are the ones that tend to last the longest. But what is being combated here right now is the ideologies that marriage, submission, being a wife is all under the umbrella of oppression because of feminism.
Yeah, I know we got a lot of powerful male voices, so I want to make sure we go to the females as quickly as possible too. So DJ La Bonita, and then Lady Dow from there, Sierra, and then Dana. And I'll go in.
Personally, I'm gonna stick to the traditional way of what God said to be a man, but I can never personally, who I am, I can never tell a man what to be. I love to find my man, and I love to get to know that man. I love the man that I meet face to face. Then I will analyze him in that space. I do not carry the weight of wondering, my man need to be this, he need to be that. You ain't a man if you're this. You ain't a man if you're that. I cannot carry that. I was not raised like that. I never seen my mother, my aunties, I never seen nobody doing that to men. So in the space of me and the social media stuff, and I hear it all the time, it's not something I align with. I can't tell a man to be a man at all. So if it's not the order of what God is, and I can reference a biblical version of it. Otherwise, every man to me is different. Every man has a different destiny. I'm aligned with what Stan said in the space, in a sense. You can do the biblical way, but I mean, that's not the order of which people get married. They're not saving their virginity, finding a wife and marrying them. They're now adding courting and dating and all this other stuff. So it's confusion. So what I'm saying is, even those relationships that matched up, it had to be both of them wanting something out of each other, which is what Stan said. And so I'm in totally agreement with that, because every man is different. But DJ Hamp might have something in him. Very well, he's a man. Damien might have something with you. Very well, you're a man too, but it might be two different things. Same with Mike, same with Mike. Trigger Mike and the other Mike. And it's just like, I just don't think that it's just like, oh, you're a man, I'm a woman, we're getting married. No, we have to flow. We have to vibe. We have to literally have something for one another to connect. And for me, it's generally show up for the man that you are. And if that man aligns, not saying I have a list, but if you align with the energy of which I'm trying to connect to you with, then we'll work. But you're still a man. I cannot define you. You be a man. You be the best version of yourself every day of your life. I digress.
What they're mostly speaking to is the ideologies that a lot of modern women have when it comes to relationships and dealing with men. A lot of them think that a man is supposed to change for them. But in a traditional sense, in a biblical sense, a wife is a man's helpmate. He's put here to find his God-given purpose, and she's meant to assist him with that. Women are under the mindset that a man's purpose on earth should be her.
Everybody shut the fuck up. Hey, shut the fuck up. Let me tell you something right now.
If you made it this far, check out the video we just did with Jeff St. James, aka Ask a Brother Podcast, where he had on a doctor of psychology, Taylor Barreau, and they are exposing Sadia Khan as being a fake psychologist. Check it out.